Should I share my story?
Yes,
oh,
please.
God. Okay.
Those mommies and daddies need to.
Okay. Hello everybody, my name is Temiloluwa Grace Olabi and you're welcome to my channel. Today, as you can see, I'm featuring a guest, a friend, a sister. Her name is Otokiti Ifeoluwase Obaloluwa. Can you please say hello to my viewers?
Hi guys, it's so amazing to be here, so wonderful to be here.
Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
So today we have gists, some spicy, sweet, romantic, gist. But I'm not the one that will be doing the talking. She's the one that will be doing the talking because she's my guest.
What do you mean?
Like you have experience
in what? I don't have experience in romance. We're going to talk about it together. I don't mind that.
She has more experience, so obviously we have to respect our elders and let them talk.
I like this wine. It's nice.
It's called honoring grace, to celebrate grace.
Walla cats.
Exactly. So we'll talk about relationships, attractiveness, as people, as individuals, as brothers and sisters. Our elder is in the house today. So just sit back, guys, and catch up on our gist. Yeah. What does attractiveness mean to you?
Well, the dictionary meaning of attractiveness is being appealing or pleasing to someone. So, and being appealing or pleasing can be inwardly or outwardly, right? So, but you know, when someone sees you, the first thing they see is your outward appearance. Most times, forgetting the online presence or maybe somebody hearing something that you said, physically meeting you, the person sees your outward appearance first, and so it is very important. It's not the most important, in order of priority, but your outward appearance matters a lot in attractiveness. So we all know that we are beautifully and wonderfully made by God, of course.
Yeah.
But you see, there are some people that have some features that are naturally aesthetically pleasing to their eyes than some others. And so whether or not you have those features, right, you still need to enhance your beauty. You still need to look good. You still need to appear well packaged. That is the idea, such that wherever you find yourself, you stand out, and whoever sees you, they want to be associated with you. They want to be able to talk to you, to work with you, and to be proud to call you a part of their company. So that is a major part of attractiveness, outward appearance. And what are the ways we can enhance our outward appearance? I believe so much in knowing yourself and knowing what works for you. Everybody has different styles. There are some people that just wear dresses and they know what the kinds of dresses that best fit their figure. So just find what works for you. If it is dresses, go with it. Whatever you are comfortable in, because comfort is very important in attractiveness.
Very.
If you are wearing something that is fine, but you yourself, if you are not feeling
you can't
fine
breathe.
in it, it will actually even reduce your confidence level, and confidence is also very important. So you have to wear something that you are comfortable in enough to be confident to strut around elegantly.
Yeah.
Whether or not you are whatever gender you are, whether you're a guy or you're a lady, just find your style, find what works for you. And also, I think people underestimate, especially as Christians, in quote SUs, we underestimate the use of accessories. Accessorizing will take your dressing to the next level. You know, wristwatches, brooches, glasses, pair of glasses, maybe it's a scarf here and there, a turban, a headband, a cap or a brooch, matching colors, even purses and shoes. Just whatever you do, just make sure that your style is on point. And in trying to be unique, please don't go and form something that is funny, that will not look nice at the end of the day. Google is your friend. Pinterest is your friend. So you can check for ideas from there that will make you stand out outwardly. And the reason I'm mentioning outwardly is because most times when people meet you physically, the first thing they see is your outward appearance. They cannot tell what is on the inside of you. You know, they will firstly be attracted to what is on the outside. So it is very important that you are presenting a well-packaged version of yourself, because of course we have packaged versions of ourselves in the house.
In the secret.
Yeah, cannot. Everybody can relate to that. Yeah, so that's very important in our attractiveness.
Thank you. Yeah, that's it for that.
So inwardly, you also need to be attractive. I know somebody will ask me that, how can I be attractive inwardly? Who's going to see the inside of me? So you can be attractive inwardly, and the way people can tell that you're attractive inwardly is when you speak, or when something from the inside of you speaks out. It could be words, it could be how you sound, it could be your response to something, it could be your online presence, maybe the way you tweet, your caption. People can feel your intellect, or what the stuff you're made of, from the things, the vibes you give off in terms of words and all of that. So imagine that somebody is attracted to you. Say for instance, there's one brother that has liked you, might not even like you necessarily romantically, but he just really likes your person, and he has been eyeing you, in quotes, maybe to be his friend or whatever, just to be in his corner. And because you've been showing yourself attractively, you've been attractive outwardly over time, and then I'm sure many of us can relate. The person comes near you, or rather maybe you go to somebody, there's someone that you've liked their package, and then the person speaks and you're like, what is this okotomio that this person is yarning? Like, how can you be this fine?
Oh my God. And the inside is...
So we have to actually build up our inside, and it is very vast. I mean, you can do that in so many diverse ways.
Okay.
So there's no standard. There's no, just whatever it is that catches your interest. Find it, develop it, be good at it. And there's also another thing that I try to tell people: don't know everything about one thing. Know something about everything. As much as you can. Know something about football, know something about social media. Is such a great way to keep up with the world.
That's true.
Just make sure that in whatever you keep yourself up to date. Be current. Try to be current. Not current affairs, the government of your state, to know what is actually going on in the world. I mean, I don't mean to shade anybody, but I've had conversations with some of my, I won't say church friends, some of my spiritual friends, in our spiritual meeting places, and I mentioned Imisi Oluwa, I mentioned Pidan, I mentioned DDK, and they don't know any of these people, and I'm wondering, hello, how do you want to
and they're on social media?
They are on social media, maybe Facebook, because I don't know what kind of social media you will be on. No, honestly, because you actually need to put yourself out there. You need to be out there in a way. You need to, because no man is an island. You cannot by yourself build yourself up, and you cannot be more than people around you, the people that you surround yourself with.
That's true.
So you need people that have substance, for people that have gone ahead of us in this race, be it Christian race, academic race, marital race, whatever it is. People that have amassed experience in different fields, so that they can actually inspire you, inspire your life, inspire your thought process, and you can that way become a better person. And so when people are attracted to you and they come to you, there's actually stuff. They will meet stuff and substance inside of you. They will not come to an empty apartment.
Thank you very much for that.
So
with that, now we understand how we can be attractive outwardly and inwardly. But let me ask you, has there been any time, practically, that you have met someone who turned you off by their outward or inward appearance?
Oh yes, there's been many times. I'll just talk about pet peeves, or should I say turn-offs generally. I wouldn't want to put anybody on the spot. So there have been times where it could even be a friend, maybe the person, should I say we are acquainted, and then so this person is in my space, right? Maybe every once in a while we meet, and I just expect a certain level of, I don't know, maybe my standard is still of intellect from you, and this person goes ahead to say, a guy for instance goes ahead to say stuff like, are you a career woman? I cannot marry a career woman. No, a career woman will not be submissive.
Wow.
Why do you want to go and do your masters? You should not do your masters before a guy. Your spouse should have a higher qualification. Like,
That is so archaic.
How do you sit down and think about this and then come out in public
and say that?
Say that. I'm not ashamed.
In this day and age.
I'm telling you. Like, there are so many things. And they're okay, so most times it's not, I don't really get put off by people's outward appearance, funnily, because I know that people grow
and they can change.
Yes, they can change. And many times it's because they don't know any better. It's not because they are doing it on purpose. But you see, that inward substance.
It's a big deal.
It is a fat deal, but they are big. There are so many things that people do that can literally, I mean, it takes the Spirit of God and self-control to not distance myself completely from them, from some people, based on the things that they say. There's someone I had a get together last year, and one of my close friend said he does not believe in traveling out of the country. It's not to say he's saying maybe you don't have a plan, but you should not. He says that it is foolish
to leave your country. For
Like,
any reason.
He didn't feel like that, but it showed with the way he responded to the topic of discussion at the time. It was very averse to it. It was like, and he doesn't understand why young people are leaving the country. Then how would the country be good? He did have a point, but you see, his manner of presentation just made everybody look at him like someone whose IQ was not out of there. Yeah, especially because if you gather a number of youth now, a good percentage of them are planning to japa for different reasons. So now imagine that in a gathering like that, you say something like that. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? So, even when you have ideas that are not necessarily what everybody would agree to, there are ways to put it without necessarily offending others or making them feel like they're making the wrong decision. Yes, another turn off that I've had from guys is guys that say you are my wife and you are God's way for my life.
What's wrong with that?
And you must marry me.
Don't do that. You must.
Unapologetically, I'm going to be putting a particular brother on the spot. You see, this brother, I went for a Mount Zion program and I met this brother. Thank God you were there.
Wait.
On the set day, I called you to come see
that
brother Mike Bamile.
Yes, I remember.
This brother said he wanted to snap me. He snapped me. He said he was one of the camera guys that were called for the event. And he was documenting. So he snapped me. And then after some hours, he snapped me again, right? And then at the end of the program in the evening, he came to meet me that if I don't mind, he could send soft copies of my pictures to me on WhatsApp.
Strategy.
I should give him my number. My friend who invited me for the program was pissed that I gave him the number, but I'm like, you cannot force me to date you from the phone. So why not? And I want my pictures. So he sent my pictures, only for him to text me the following week that God had already told him that he should come from Ilorin to Ibadan and that he would meet somebody and that, that is his wife. I don't have anything against his conviction. As a matter of fact, his conviction is one of the strongest and the most consistent that I've seen in a long time. Except that I was not convinced like he was. But you see, the manner of approach was not very palatable. 1 week after meeting me, really, brother? I'm your wife? No, it doesn't work like that. So try as much as possible as guys to befriend ladies, like be their friends, genuinely know them. Sometimes what you are hearing is yourself, and when you know them and you actually say their true color, you will hear what you are hearing. Yeah, so that's also very important.
Thank you. Any other turn off?
Turn off for my gender, from females.
Let's talk about it.
Is I do not like desperate ladies when it comes to relationship. Let me not say I do not like. I just do not like the vibe of desperation. It is very unattractive. I'm sure even as a lady, I find it very unattractive. How much more a guy, See, I'm team. If you like a brother and you're attracted to him, there are ways you can give him green lights without being desperate. I belong to that school of thought. If you like him, or maybe you're convinced about him, though it is very, don't quote me, it depends on the circumstances. Before you go and say you're convinced about my brother, you will die there.
And don't propose to him.
It's not me. But if say you are in the same circle, and you know the person, especially when you know for a fact that the person also likes you and is probably taking his time or is shy, you can give subtle green lights here and there, but never show desperation. It is wrong.
What kind of green lights? Like be his friend?
Be his friend.
Ask after him.
Well, that is very, it's relative. That is very...
Because it's easy to get invested in the process, and you now start watching his every move.
Okay, that is giving creepy vibes. Why are you watching? Why are you stalking the young man? No, I that's why I said that it is best that you are quite sure that the person also has interest in you to an extent. So that way the energy is going to be reciprocal, like it's going to be mutual. So you're not doing all the work, because trust me, when you are doing all the checking, there's a problem.
You don't get tired.
Yeah, and then the person just probably does not like you as much, and I think you should take a back seat when it comes to that. But if the person is also vibing while you are chatting with the person, but please, like she said, don't get too invested though, so that you're not going to say it's one thing that you heard, so that you're not trying to breakfast.
You didn't hear
by yourself.
Yeah,
but there are just ways to go about these things without being desperate. Desperate vibes like this: you're meeting somebody for the first time, or a guy you've known for a while, and you guys don't talk, and you're like, brother, you're fine in public. That's not bad. It's good to pass compliments.
Oh my god.
Like, are you single? This happened in real life.
Oh my god, I only see it in movies actually.
Are you single? Are you for real? Like, it was not a joke. Like,
maybe the person was shooting her shot.
There are ways to shoot your shots. Yeah. As a child of God.
Important.
Yeah, so I think that's also one of my pet peeves or turn-offs from my gender.
Okay.
Do you have turn-offs from guys?
I feel like if you like someone, you should pray about it.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you are convinced that you should, go ahead, and then as a brother, for example, you talk to this sister, you try to be friends with her, you find out more about her. If the sister is giving red light, like I'm not interested, no, or she even says it explicitly, no, don't try and force it.
Definitely not. Don't try and force it.
So in this case, there was this brother that sent me a message. He was convinced, blah blah blah, and I didn't waste his time. I prayed about it. There was no way there, and I told him in the nicest way possible, oh, thank you, I prayed about it, this is what I received, so sorry, but it cannot work out. And when he replied, he was like, no, you did not think about it very well. It's probably because you are not ready, that's why you're saying no. And I don't waste time. Once I say something, I've taken my mind off it. If you bring me back, I'm looking for trouble. I tried as much to conceal it, but I guess it still showed. Because the next time, because it was a WhatsApp conversation, we're chatting, the next thing I said was, I'm sorry, what I told you was exactly what I received, and I've held on to it. And if you will please not talk about it again, thank you very much. So I'm thinking it sounded harsh, but yeah, I feel like it was worth it.
Spot on, please.
It was worth it, because at that point, no means no.
Yes.
Like, thank you, no. And then it was when I was firm that he now said, okay, no problem. But I feel like in the first place...
So are you guys still in talking terms?
No. After that day, he never spoke to me again.
See what happens when you are desperate? That is what happens. You lose them completely. And you don't know, who is going to be your friend or introduce you to even the person you will eventually marry. Like, you don't want to make enemies. You want to make friends, right? The more reason why you should be careful in your approach, especially when it comes to, relationship matters.
So, turn-ons.
Turn-ons. Well, let's start. Let's start with you. What are turn-ons? What are your turn-ons?
I'm a young girl. I'm underage. I don't know anything
How many
about
is it 10 years I collect from your hand? Say she's like underage.
What are turn-ons? For me, a major turn-on is intelligence. Like, know your stuff. Be vast.
Know your alibasa.
Don't be ignorant. And like she said, this age has made it so easy for anybody to find information. If you don't know anything, in the next 3 to 4 minutes, you can have some amount of information on it. Look it up. And I don't like, it's not like I don't like people, but I don't like people, not me. I don't like people who think that all that they know is all that there is to the world. Even before I became this knowledgeable, I knew that there were several things that I did not know. When I see people who lived a certain kind of lifestyle, especially on the internet, there was a time I used to look at them and I used to ask, is it real? Is it vain? Are they trying to push a certain narrative? But the older I got, the more I realized that even in this our country, we have people that live a certain way of life because that's their own culture. And because I was not raised that way does not mean that they are doing something wrong. So people need to get more knowledge, and you get it through exposure. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch movies. You begin to learn more about people, places that you have never been to. And this is what makes people intelligent, really. When you begin to study more about people, now I feel like I'm preaching. When you begin to study more about people, when you begin to learn about places, even without being there, you feel like you have all their experience in your head. So that's a major turn on for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. Chip into. But everything I've said is spot on. So, and in order to not make it look too serious, right? Many of us watch movies like day in, day out, and we don't actually, like, should I say, immerse ourselves in it. Like, you are watching movies, they are speaking some words that you have never heard before. They are using some gadgets, they are using some terms that you are not familiar with. It doesn't take you anything to read it up, to check it out.
Thank you so much.
Just check it out. Like, you're just literally freely, you're watching a movie, you're enjoying yourself, but you're also adding to your knowledge base.
Yes.
And you're becoming a better person. Just like that.
I can't count the number of times I pause a movie to check the dictionary. Just to buttress what you say, in movies, I like to look things up. Sometimes I take screenshots. I look at the design as a content creator, the setup,
the dress, the style,
dressing, all those things. Even if you think that it does not go in line with your faith, look at how you can adapt it to your own environment and make it beautiful. So yes, that's a turn on. You were saying something.
And also, you can use there are times that our settings, or should I say our background, sort of limit us or want to limit us and limit our views. So you can open yourself up. See, these same movies that we're talking about, you see how many things are mentioned. Sometimes I see a movie, I see the setting of the house, and I begin to imagine and picture the kind of family I want to have for myself. I want to take care of my spouse, I want to take care of my children. I could literally watch a short video on Instagram, or maybe somebody doing food prep for their family, and I am inspired for life. Like, I'm like, this I would do. And eventually you might not do like that, but you are just developing yourself, and all of those things count. They are helping you be a better person.
It's in the little things, really, in the efforts that you put, those little things here and there. Let's talk about the outward turn-ons too.
I've never really paid attention to it. I just like people that dress smartly. Just be smart. Know what works for you. Look good. Smell nice. Please. Thank you.
Just look good. I personally believe that if you can combine dresses, smell nice, have well-kept hair, whether male or female, you can be attractive. Wear clothes that fit. You can be attractive. It's not even in the adornment per se or the makeup. It's about dressing according to your style, being yourself and looking good in it.
Do not put pressure, do not pressurize yourself to want to impress some people in particular, and then begin to change yourself or change your style or go out of your way or buy things that you cannot afford. It is dangerous, and you should not do that. It means that you don't have self-confidence, you don't have enough self-confidence, you don't respect yourself, you don't respect your decisions, you don't respect your process, because it is a process.
Yes.
And if you are faithful, if you take in the process and let it enjoy it while it goes, like while the processes.
All right.
Yeah, with time, you will eventually be able to afford some of these things that you are dying to afford, in quotes.
I feel like we have, if I not, I feel like I believe that we have done justice to this part. At least you cannot listen to this and say that you don't know anything at all about what it means to like prepare yourself internally, right? Is that what inwardly, thank you, and outwardly, because marriage is not something that happens overnight. You begin to prepare yourself for it, and these are the little steps that people take to prepare themselves for it, no matter how young we want to claim that we are, or how we want to run away from it. Eventually you get there, and you need to hear it from the right source. You need to hear it from a place that is giving you edification, so that you will not start doing things that will lead you into sin. So thank you so much, sis, for coming.
Thank you for having me. It was so great being here. Thank you. So if you are watching for the first time, if you are a first time viewer, or if you've been here, please subscribe, turn on the notification button, comments down in the comment section, like, share with your friends and family, and yeah, so that we can have traction. And please by all means, keep watching, keep sharing, keep liking, and let us continue to spread the love. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you for having me.
So till another time when we bring you another video, continue to lead a dynamic, unique, and outstanding life. Bye.